population that we can really make a difference with in the community, and it's the refugee population of the Sudani culture. And basically it's one of the largest groups that came into the city this year from overseas. The International Institute of St. Louis is involved in sponsoring this group of refugees. So I wanted to put together a PowerPoint so that you have an overview of this group and their cultural, history and their socioeconomic status, and also their prevalence of possibly dental disease, their knowledge of oral diseases, which is almost non-existing. The oral health literacy is very minimal, if any. So we're going to talk about that in these few slides, and if you have any questions afterwards, we can talk about it. But I'm looking forward to having you guys involved in this study with me. So let's go ahead and get started. So Sudan, I don't know if anybody knows, it's in Africa. It's this little country right here, okay? And it's a very diverse population. We're going to talk about them a little bit. The characteristics of the population, there's about 30 million people living in Sudan. Unfortunately, because of the civil war, that number is decreasing. At this point, at this time, we have a lot of displaced people, millions of refugees displaced because of the civil war. And some of them are lucky enough that through refugee camps they're able to connect with agencies such as the International Institute and be sponsored and brought to this country to start a new life. And so I think that's wonderful. The industry is mostly agricultural. Okay, so most of the citizens of the country are involved in some kind of agriculture. There are also some nomads that kind of travel from one region of the country to another. There is oil in this country, but I think because of the political structure, the resources aren't really not made advantage of to benefit the people. The resources are going to benefit the ruling party. Okay, so the people are very poor. Okay, very poor. The ethnic group is mostly Arabs, 70% of Arabs, and the religion is mostly Muslim. There are some minorities of different religions in that country, but it's mostly Muslim. The language is predominantly Sudanese Arabic, and then there's also some English. I would say mostly in the big cities, like in the capital city, you're going to see some signs in English, but in the rural areas in most of the country, people are going to speak Arabic. Okay. Literacy, the education is minimal. Males get to go to school longer than females, so 80% of males are literate, and only half of the females are able to read and write. Okay. The life expectancy is only 62 years. The majority of the population is between ages of 34 to like 55. The majority of adult population. Okay. Only 2.7% of the population is over